Now, let's talk about 6 very unique sources of renewable energy that could possibly power almost everything. Hi, good day to everyone, Richard Aguilar here and welcome back to my channel. Now, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and push the bell icon for you to always be updated with our new videos. It's not always that renewable energy comes through the use of standard solar panels, huge wind turbines, biomass, or hydroelectric power plant. Because today, you will see some other amazing alternative sources of renewable energy that look really promising for the benefits of the world. So, without further delay, alright, let's begin. So, let's get started with my number 1. And here comes Wendelstein W7X Fusion Reactor. Wendelstein W7X Reactor is an experimental stellarator built in Germany by the Max Planck Institute of Plasma Physics. Experts behind this technology are working hard on this cutting-edge fusion reactor in Germany, which pulled together results from their latest round of testing, with a few records to be found amongst them. Following a series of upgrades, the team is reporting that the experimental device has achieved its highest energy density and the longest plasma discharge times for a device of this type, marking another step forward in the quest for clean fusion energy. Number 2 is the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor from France. The International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor is an international nuclear fusion research and engineering mega project. This is an experimental tokamak nuclear fusion reactor that is being constructed in southern France. This fusion reactor has been designed to produce a fusion plasma equivalent to 500 megawatts of thermal output power for around 20 minutes, while 50 megawatts of thermal power are injected into the tokamak, resulting in a 10-fold gain of plasma heating energy. Thereby, the machine aims to demonstrate the principle of producing more thermal power from the fusion process than is used to heat the plasma, something that has not yet been achieved in any fusion reactor. Number 3 is the unique transparent solar cell as a source of renewable energy. A team of researchers in Korea has developed something new, a new solar cell that is more transparent and efficient than the standard solar panels we usually see in houses' rooftops, which can possibly allow households to save energy and money. They said that by coating a piece of glass or transparent plastic with nickel oxide and zinc oxide, they found a way for the solar cell to efficiently absorb and convert UV rays into solar power while letting the visible light pass through. This new source of renewable energy they developed is over 80% transparent and converts 8% of the light they take in, which is extremely high compared to the existing solar panels. Another good thing about this thing is that the transparent solar cell is also two-sided. That only means the light can enter from both sides, meaning it can generate energy from the artificial light that comes from inside the room and can also be able to generate energy from the light of the sun during daytime. Number 4 is a unique wind turbine as a source of clean energy. Wind turbines get a lot of bad press for their aesthetic impact on natural landscapes. And because of that, this kind of new wind turbine was invented. This is known as CW1000, which is, as what we expect, can generate energy from the wind. Thanks to the Icelandic startup IceWind, this new technology came into existence. IceWind's designs use a more horizontal structure, flipping the traditional blades on their side and widening the surface area. The resulting machines are neat and sculptural, with increased functionality that allows them to catch wind from any direction. Number 5 is turning landfill gas into green energy. Landfills produce methane and carbon dioxide, which are, as we know, part of the air pollution in the environment. But now, Korean experts have developed a way to convert the emissions from these landfills into synthetic gas, then into methanol, and then green gas using plasma technology. These experts have secured the technology for controlling plasma and boosted thermal efficiency by about 30% to 76%. Because of this, they were able to convert up to 99% of methane and carbon dioxide into clean energy. This is really a promising result. Number 6 is algae as a source of renewable energy. Algae are believed to be a good source of renewable energy because of its rapid growth rate and its ability to be cultivated in wastewater or wasteland. These algae can be converted directly into energy, such as biodiesel, bioethanol, and biomethanol, therefore can be a good source of renewable energy. And for you to learn more, let me show you this.
We've known the potential of algae as an energy source for years. Its oil can be burnt just like traditional fossil fuels.
Power plants like this one in Boone County burn coal to create electricity, but that also releases greenhouse gas into the air. But now, that's being harnessed to grow algae, and ultimately much more.
We've made jet fuel, we've made renewable diesel fuel.
We all need fuel to get around. And as America takes steps to improve our energy security, homegrown fuel sources are more important than ever.
Local scientists at Yonsei University have come up with a way to use green algae to generate electricity. The team developed the method by looking at the way plants use photosynthesis. Plants produce energy by absorbing and converting sunlight. During photosynthesis, a small amount of electrons are scattered by water inside the plants.
The Energy Department is researching one of the fuel sources of the future found here in algae. Have a look at this algae farm. These large man-made ponds are called raceways, and they cultivate a new crop of algae every few weeks.
Because it uses solar energy, photosynthesis is highly efficient. Using that model, we can develop a technology to convert solar power into electricity.
Extracting the electricity out of water is the key. And that is exactly why green algae, which lives in water, is a perfect fit.
Algae, or more correctly, microalgae, are very small aquatic organisms that convert sunlight into energy. Some of these algae store energy in the form of natural oils. Under the right conditions, algae can make a lot of oil that can be converted into biofuels. Algae could potentially produce up to 60 times more oil per acre than land-based plants.
Hard to believe they can go from algae to jet fuel, but making new products out of coal's leftovers has been going on for years.
The flue gas coming from a coal-fired plant, it's 10% is CO2.
Or carbon dioxide, one of the most problematic greenhouse gases. The part you can see is water vapor, and the majority is nitrogen.
Consider this. Like plants, algae needs carbon dioxide to grow. And that's good for the environment, since it takes CO2 out of the atmosphere, making it a nearly carbon-neutral fuel source. There may even be opportunities to build algae farms next to power plants that use fossil fuels, actually using CO2 exhaust to feed algae ponds.
Algae is growing in the tubes, and like all plants, It grows and makes food using carbon dioxide, sunlight, and water. But inside these tubes, it has all the carbon dioxide it could want.
The algae are put on a special film plate made to absorb the plant's energy, and nanoneedles are used to extract electricity from them. A bit of algae smaller than an average adult palm is enough to power a light bulb.
There are over 100,000 different strains of algae.
Industry experts say the method is still in a primitive stage, but could become the next big thing in solar power.
Extract that oil, and you have the raw materials to make fuel for cars, trucks, trains, and planes. In the future, anything that runs on gasoline and diesel could also use biofuel from algae.
What about you? If there are some other alternative sources of clean energy you know that are not listed in here, be sure to leave your comment below. And that's all for now. Once again, this is Richard Aguilar. Thanks for watching and see you next time.